Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm DJ Sixsmith. You're watching Sit Down. Look who's here. Team Mowry. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. Just doing whatever we can to, flatten this curve, meaning staying inside, trying to stay busy with the kids. We've been doing lots of cooking, watching movies. So.
You watch anything good recently?
You know what? My son just found Family Matters.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Remember the show Family
Yeah.
Matters? And he's fallen in love with the show. And I was like, mommy knows Urkel, Jaleel White. He was like, oh, no way. And I'm like, yeah, I could totally call him right now. And, you could talk to him if you want. So, we've been catching up on some, old shows, which is really, really cool.
That's awesome. Have your kids watched your old stuff?
Okay. So, yes. He's seen little snippets of Sister, because that's just like online. I've showed him. But this past Halloween, Twitches, comes on all the time. And I was so excited. I was like, Cree, look who that is. It's Mommy. Twitches.
Nothing?
Wasn't interested.
Like, come on. It's like mom's doing magic. That's pretty cool.
I know. I was wrong. I totally thought that he was gonna, get into it and like it. And literally like 10 minutes in, he had changed the channel. It hurt my feelings.
Yeah, that's a bummer. It's like, come on, man. Like, this is my pride back in the day here. Come on.
Right? So.
That's right.
But he does love my, Tia Mowry's Quick Fix. So I have a YouTube channel called Tia Mowry's Quick Fix, and he loves watching that. Because he's on it. So he'll watch some of his episodes. And he does love watching Family Reunion, which is a show that I'm on for Netflix right now. He loves that show.
Well, why don't we talk about that show? You have like all these different chapters in your career. So what's it been like doing the Netflix show?
Oh my gosh. It has been incredible. I love going to work on that show, mainly because just the environment, working with Loretta Devine, who, is a genius, and Richard Roundtree, who's the original Shaft. It's just been so amazing to just sit back and learn from them just as an actress. But not only that, I love working with kids. Kids, I call them geniuses. They're so much fun. They're so entertaining, and it's just a great set. I feel very, very blessed to be a part of that show. And then also working with Netflix has been wonderful. They've allowed us to, tap into storylines that I feel like you wouldn't necessarily be able to talk about if you were on some other network. So it's been really great to be able to dive into, storylines that I feel like are very authentic to African American cultures, which has been, very awesome, and just, it's rewarding and purposeful.
Yeah, I think it's really cool because it goes all over the world. It gives you the freedom to tap into all these different things. And it's like, you've been in TV for a long time. Like, these were topics that weren't touched in the 90s. Now, full throttle we're in.
Oh my gosh, yes. And if I can give an example, one of the stories that was touched on was police, how there can be some sort of police brutality when it comes to young African American males. And we did a storyline on that with my sons. And it really touched home, because I have a young son who is 8 years old. And it was just great to be able to talk about, a topic like that, and be able to, share your story and, to bring some sort of awareness to the topic.
Yeah, it's really important because it hits you as a parent, it hits kids, and this is stuff we need to talk about. And also,
yes,
like, you have this really unique experience having been a kid actor, and now you're working with all these kids.
I know.
Full circle moment.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I find myself, I try not to kind of, because they kind of look at me like mom, but I want to be like the cool mom, but I'm always giving them advice because I've been through that. Mm-hmm. I know what it feels like to be on a set at 15, 14 years old, and I can see how they balance so much. I mean, this is a job, and these kids are required to show up. And what I mean by that is know your lines, stand on your mark. If you're upset about you just got into an argument with your brother or your sister, you can't let that show. You have to get out there and you have to perform. And not only that, you're going to school at the same time. So when you're done with that one scene, it's multitasking. You know what I mean? It's like juggling so many different things. And, just to be able to give some sort of advice to these kids, it's been great. And they definitely ask me questions. So it's been fun. And then seeing them grow, you know what I mean? Like seeing them grow as actors, seeing them grow in this environment. It's amazing.
You mentioned being, 14, 15 on set. Like you had the luxury of being with your sister, but it's a lot going on at that age. So what were some of the toughest things you had to deal with as you're becoming a young woman and also trying to build that?
Oh my gosh. I think the toughest thing is growing up in front of the public's eye, meaning you're learning about yourself, right? Because that's what you do when you grow up. Yeah. You have growing pains. I think there's a show called Growing Pains, but you have growing pains and the whole world is looking at you, So that was pretty challenging and difficult. But again, having my sister there with me to just kind of have that support system and to say, look, I'm going through the same thing. We'll get through this together. I think the hardest thing for me as a child actor and then growing up into, being a woman is getting people to see you as an adult and seeing you as a woman. Because I think sometimes what happens is when you're portrayed as this actor and you're on this television show, people kind of just tend to put you in this, they pigeonhole you and they put you in this box, and they don't think that you can play or portray a certain character that's now an adult. And navigating through those waters, it was pretty challenging because I always had to convince other people that, look, I'm not that little child star anymore. I'm an adult. I'm a real person. I've gone through, challenges, and I've evolved. And when I booked The Game, which was a television show that I did for 5 years, that was on the CW, that was one of my biggest challenges was, during the auditioning process, was trying to convince the creator of the show, like, look, I'm not the sister twin, Tia Landry. I'm a grown woman and I can apply my personal experiences to make this character come alive. And I'm so happy that I was able to get that opportunity. But I would say that was the most challenging thing I think I had to, get through.